Yeah, so while it's inefficient, but 40 yellows for 40 crystals, you might as well not have the 40 crystals. But why would you not have 40 crystals if you can do something? It's almost the same as the. Okay, so you know how people love to say salvage your useless primals when you get them, right? So you when earlier you talked about my when you saw my forgotten souls, right? You're like you have so many forgotten souls. Well, I don't actually salvage my primals immediately. But are you that desperate to do this? When you get a useless primal, right? Are you reforging right away after you salvage the primal? That's the question. That's the biggest question you have to ask yourself. Are you immediately reforging right after you salvage the useless primal? Now, the next season though, this changes. But before this change, before this upcoming salvaging issue that I'm talking about, in season 28, this is totally different because now you're actually salvaging useless to get a better one, potentially speaking. So now they're fixing what I'm talking about. Is that are you actually reforging as soon as you salvage your useless primal? Which in season 28 it is the case. But before season 28, whenever you do this, salvaging useless primals immediately, unless you're reforging right away, whenever you get a 50 total, then salvaging useless primal immediately makes sense. Because why? If you salvage 5 random ancient items, right? 5 random ancient useless items from your 3 runs of speeds. Every 3 speed runs, you salvage stuff, right? You're bound to get some ancient items. Hopefully 5 minimum. So if you salvage random ancients, that is already 15 from your 3 speed GRs. There's no reason to purposely salvage your useless primal right away if you're not gonna use 50 souls right away in that very moment after salvaging the useless primal, which is going to be fixed in season 28, where you're actually trying to get a better primal from salvaging useless ones, right? So there are these little things that is just I'm very curious about sometimes because people speed run. It's like as though they don't have ancient items that they salvage. That doesn't add up to 15, right? So, of course, if you run out of space like I do, with all the tabs, you're not going to have space for useless primals, then yes, you salvage it because you don't have space. But if you ever have space in season, you can say to other people, you can show your friends how many useless primals you got, right? You can randomly show them, just randomly, say in chat, link like 5 of them, or drop them all if you want to show them, right? Whatever. So there's no reason to salvage immediately unless you're going to use it right away, which is what season 28 will be like. You're going to use as many salvaged useless primals as you can because you're going for something like the primordial ashes or whatever. I mean, I'm not saying that it's the case, but it's definitely fixing what I'm talking about, that there is a better use of salvaging useless primals now than before. Because again, I repeat, are you using that 50 souls to reforge a legendary right after you go to the blacksmith of salvaging the useless primal? Do you go to the cube and go to recipe 2 to touch one of your things that you're actually reforging, or you're saving like 10 reforges to every 10 reforges, right? So if you're saving every 10 reforges, just continue your speed runs. Just toss that useless primal into your stash, do your speed runs, continue that, because the efficiency of continuing your speed runs is Town is Lava, right? Where Town is Lava is interesting is that if you get 5 random ancients from all your 3 3 3 3 3 speed runs, you're gonna get more Forgotten Souls already from random ancients that you don't keep. Why rely on useless primals to get 15 souls? So I hope that that is very much understandable. It's like it drives me a little just on that topic. It's just like I'm just curious because people have space. It's not that they don't. When you actually don't, then you salvage immediately. That makes sense. So